It's Cody Henriksen, and today we're going to be going a little bit deeper on our data app. We're actually make it so we can load the data we've been working with inside our JSON file and make it so we can actually populate and work with the fields. Just to make sure that you're caught up on what we've done, and I've made some changes. I've worked with the demo with my students. I want to make sure you have a chance to see some of those changes as well so we don't have any confusion as to what we're working with. Let's go ahead and let's take a look again quick at the model section. Then we'll go into the controller views we've been working with and then see what we have to change. Again, we're starting off with our bucket list item. It's a quick little struct. It has all the pieces we're working with. As you can see, we've got the codable and identifiable protocols that we conform to. So we have some basic features we're working with codable, and with identifiable, we have an ID that we can actually search through and work with. And that's just really basic and easy. We have our bucket data helper file where we load the JSON into where we load the JSON file into an actual data mode so we can actually read it and parse it and work with it. And that's just happening right there. Again, you can see I've got a file named BucketList.json that's listed inside my data folder right here in the resources group. So we've got that out of the way, and so we can hide that out of there. We'll go ahead and close that out of the way right there. And our bucket store is just a single instance we can use to hold all the information, use a reference to it as we actually load the code up. So that's just what we have inside the model group as well. Again, we're going to start off with the BucketItemCell, the base part of this. We have a couple features we're adding to this. Again, we demoed how we could do a knit. And I've got some stuff up here we're going to be using to adding like a star color to this. But we're going to take a look at the basic structure. We have that H stack and the V stack that were embedded with each other. And I'm wrapping that all now inside a navigation link. The navigation link is what I'm using so I can actually open up and load that into a new screen. So when I click on the individual cell inside my view, it's going to open up in the detail view. And the way we do that is by having a navigation link with the destination. We create an instance of the BucketDetail struct, and then we pass it again the author, the content, and the emoji as the various author, content, and icon values that exist right here inside that BucketItemCell. So you can see that we have those information components right there, and we're able to use them and go from there. We had our quick emoji logo. The emoji logo, the emoji logo is that cute little icon we're using to use this. And again, we're using this so we can have a randomly generated emoji with each thing we can load up and make it nice and big. Now, if you wanted to take this and make it a little bit better project, obviously instead of using a simple text emoji, you could have an actual image and have that then have a clip around that so it makes it look nice and professional. This is just a quick little demo of how we can use that same approach but using randomly generated string emojis. So that's what we're going for with that. We put that together inside our BucketDetail. And as you can see right here, we have our BucketDetail. Again, it's a SwiftUI struct, and it just has a Z stack with a V stack on top of it. I have my bucket on the back. In front of my bucket, I have a V stack with the EmojiLogo, which has been passed in as a parameter for the emoji we're loading with it, followed by the text of the author and the content. Again, when you're making this your final version of app, you want to make sure you add some styling to that, modify the attributes, because this blank little text right here, it's okay for a preview, it's okay for a demo, but you can do a better job. And I'd like to see you do better when you actually do your final version of the project. Finally, we're going to go to the root view of the project, the data view. So in our data view, we've got some stuff over here. I'm going to collapse out this window so we can see what's happening a little bit better. And as you can see in the preview, we're loading everything up right here inside the actual app itself. So we've got it set to load. The way we're doing that is that down here inside my content view preview, as you can see right here, I have a data view, and it has a bucket store parameter we're initializing. And by calling the bucket store init, passing the bucket data variable from our bucket data helper file. So you can see that we can load the inside preview. You can see what it's going to look like right here, and we can actually see the structure of how it looks as just a basic idea, even before we actually run the code. So it's a really cool feature to look. Let's go take a look at the code that's making this happen though. We have our two helper methods to generate random emoji and random strings. We've already done those in other videos, and so it's just using a quick little thing to have that with it. And so generate random emoji just gives me a starter value and a range to go along with that. And then which emoji you want to pick, I have that handled with a random string as a parameter that I'll send as the of type, so I can see which one I want to use. And I can either be a person, animal, or a symbol. And this is the quick little mini version, which doesn't have all the emoji in there. But if you take a look at my other video, you can see you can modify that so you can have more emoji in that, or you yourself can make that even better on your own. But here we have to do, this is where the amazing power of SwiftUI and how Swift as a language has really made things really nice and easy. You can see that I've only changed by adding a navigation view to wrap around my list where I had those two individual values originally. But instead now of having just two hard-coded values, all I have to do to make it so I can load every single JSON value inside my thing is just this ForEach. The ForEach takes as a parameter the buckets that we're working with inside our bucket store. So I can get that single instance of the data we're working with, grab that nice little pile, and for each bucket that's inside bucket store, oh, buckets have buckets. Oh, okay, cool. I simply do a BucketItemCell, and I automatically use it, and I call it by using the self.generateRandomEmoji for that method I have right now. And the of type is the self.randomString, so I can choose which kind of emoji I want to load randomly, again, every single time I do that. And then I just pass the author, the bucket's creature, and the content, of course, is the bucket's goal. And so right now I've made it so I can immediately load all those pieces up and make it so I have a now fully functional and running app that I can actually see all the different pieces. So let's go ahead and run this app right now and see what happens. So we're just going ahead and run that. We'll take a look at this. We made data bucket limo, and look at this. We have so many emoji. Look at all that. We can scroll all the way through. I see some people right here want to learn a better object-oriented programming from Almiraj, passing the class. Of course, it's a great thing. I wanted some lone peek on my own. Great. So you can see right here, they can do some amazing things. The students have some great bucket list items, and they're able to generate all this dynamically by simply reading that JSON file. It parses everything we need to make this happen. It randomly generates an associated emoji to go along with it, and we have all this cool stuff. But wait, there's more. And so now, instead of simply just clicking on it, we go back in here, and look, there's that same emoji we used for the icon, but it's also now loaded in there like that. I can click on back because I'm having that navigation view on there. I can scroll to another one down here. We'll pick on Graduate High School Thunderbird, and I have that cute little shell icon. Matches directly right here. Scroll some further down, and I've got the skydive and go to road trip right here. I have a really long one. I have the lovely text from the Pokemon song. They have that right there. Great stuff. It automatically loads right in. I can go back and forth between that. And so as you can see, we can load all that information in. It has this cool little swipe and pull through feature. We can see all the different files, and I can scroll and get everything I can for that. It's an amazing cool tool. And so this is where you can go and actually load some data in and do some really cool stuff. I hope to see you this do more and have a great time. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next app. Cheers. Bye.